Today I'm here to talk about that I was listening the Lex Fridman podcast with a Chinese economist that they talked about the Chinese economy, the China, everything, and it was very interesting, and I have a lot to talk about this podcast and the China in general, that they had a different vision of China, and now I changed a little bit my vision. And in the final of the podcast, she talked about the localism, that is less globalism and more localism. She believes in the localism of you thinking in your local, in your neighborhood, more local things. I don't know exactly what is localism, but the name is very, I think that it means that you need to think more in your neighborhood, in your local near you, instead of thinking the word the globalization. I think that is something like this. And I started to think about this, and I was in a movement that I was analyzing the countries and why some countries they are rich and why other countries they are poor. And I think that the localism is very important. I searched, and the top 10 economies by GDP per capita, all they are small countries, tiny countries, small countries. Just United States is among this list and is a large country, is the fourth largest country in the world, and is in this top 10 countries, most rich countries by GDP per capita. The top 3, they are tiny countries: Ireland, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, all tiny countries. Singapore, Macau, Hong Kong, Netherlands, all tiny countries. And I think that it's the localism. You make decisions based on your neighborhood, on the people around, on the things that you know. In Brazil, the country itself is a whole country. It's not like United States that they are the United States. Many states united that form a country. In Brazil, it's like Brazil. The entire country is a country. And I think that the model of the United States is better. Why? I will explain. From São Paulo. São Paulo is the biggest, the richest state in Brazil, is the most populous state in Brazil with 43 million people. Is in the southwest. Brazil has, I think, 5 regions: the south, southwest, the north, northwest, and I think that the Centro-Oeste. I don't know how to say it in English. And I don't know about other states. I don't know what is the real life in these states, because São Paulo is huge. Just the state of São Paulo is 2.5 times bigger than South Korea, and I think that just São Paulo is bigger than many countries. And just São Paulo city has 12 million inhabitants, is the biggest city in the entire Americas. Greater São Paulo has 23 million people. Is one of the largest cities in the world, biggest cities in the world, the most populous cities in the world. And if I would go to like everywhere in Brazil, it would take a while, and I would never really know Brazil, because Brazil is really huge. I can't know everything about Brazil. I don't know about my city, about the state that I live. I don't know about the reality of the people living near my neighborhood, because I don't live there. I don't know the reality of people living in the countryside of my state. Don't know the reality of São Paulo city. I have been there a few times, but São Paulo is really huge. I can't know everything. Then Brazil is huge, and the decisions, they are not made by state. They are federal. Like in Brasilia, the politicians, the president, they make decisions that will go throughout the entire country. And the states, they don't have so much power. It's not like in the United States, that the states, they are like states. In some states you can drink in 21, in other states you can drink by 19, or I don't know, but the states, they are very different. This is a thing that I know. They have more power to change the laws and make decisions. In Brazil, is not it. The states, they are very similar. Like I don't hear about other states being so different as São Paulo in laws and in the drinking age. The drinking age is the same in the whole country. The taxes, they change a little bit between states. I know that in Paraná, the IPVA, the tax that you pay annually for your car, is half of the price as in São Paulo. Then I know that has some difference, but it's not like localism. It's not like the states making decisions by themselves. It's like more Brasilia, the politicians, the governments, they're making decisions for the whole country. I know that the states, they send money to Brasilia, and Brasilia decides how to use this money. Like most of the money that São Paulo produces is sent to Brasilia, and they will decide what to do with this money. And it is the same thing with every country. São Paulo, that is the richest state in Brazil, send most of its money, and they will send the money to the Northwest that don't produce so much money. Same thing as Santa Catarina, Paraná, and all the states in Brazil, they can't really decide what to do with their money, because they will send it to Brasilia and Brasilia will decide what to do with it. They don't have so much power. And in what I have been studying, I think that it is bad, awful for the economy, for the country. I think that should be more like United States and better. Like I think that every state should be more like a country, and each state would have decision to be really different and make their own decisions. Because Brazil is the fifth is the fifth largest country in the world, and it's very multicultural. It's very different. It's bigger than entire Europe, excluding the Russian part of Europe, but it's bigger than entire Europe. And I think that would be better each state to be like a country, like in Europe. In Europe, every country can take decisions like a country, because it's a country, and they are more richer than Brazil and other countries. Like if each country would have the power to make decisions, I think that would be better for the culture, for everything, because we that live in São Paulo, we don't know the reality of the people that live in the Northwest. We know the things here, we know what would be the laws that can improve the life here, we know the life here. And the money that we make here should stay here, and the money that they make there should stay there. The money that São Paulo produces, São Paulo needs to administrate, to deal, to know how to do, what to do with this money and use this money good. And don't think about other places, because São Paulo has problems. It's the richest state, but it's not perfect. It needs to take care of São Paulo, take care of São Paulo, who needs to think in itself instead of thinking other states. Same thing in other states, they shouldn't depends on the São Paulo's money. They should be autosufficient, like make their own money, and don't send money to other states. Like Bahia makes your own money, it's sustainable. If Bahia would want investment, it should seeking other countries, seeking for investment, try to create something, try to have innovation, create a park, do something instead of stay asking for São Paulo's money and other states' money. And I know that other states, they are poor, they are more poor than São Paulo, and they have problems, and it's difficult. But everyone, I think, that can develop your own economy and do something anywhere that they are. Singapore was a poor country that didn't have natural resources, didn't have anything, and now is one of the richest countries in the world by GDP per capita. They have one of the biggest minimum wages, they are sustainable, yet they didn't have nothing. Natural resources, developed economy, nothing. But now they are rich. Same thing as South Korea, I think that Estonia and United States didn't have anything and now it's rich, but had natural resources, okay. But cities like Las Vegas was built in the middle of the desert and now it's a city. And you can develop your own things, you need to just the good motivation. And these countries, they still have problems, like Singapore needs to import food because they don't produce food. South Korea, I think that's the same thing. Japan doesn't have natural resources, then they have good educated people and they built their own things. I know that localism is not the solution for all Brazil's problems. Africa is divided by many countries. It's not an entire country itself, and they are like small countries divided, like I'm suggesting to Brazil, something like this, and they still poor. But I think that this have other reasons. This has other reasons. And I go more deep. I think that the localism should go more deep, more toward like your city, your region, instead of state. I think that the cities and the state and the local, really local, like cities and advanced to states, they should have more power. The city shouldn't send most of the money to the state. The city should stay with its money and invest in them, in its local economy, and don't send to the state. I think that the thing is they should be more local. The cities then will use their own money and develop themselves instead of sending the money to the government, governor of the state, and he will decide. No, I think that the local administrators, they need to understand the city's problems and come with these problems. I think it needed to be more local. And okay, Africa is it and is not developed, but the 10 most rich countries by GDP per capita, they are all tiny small countries, and the United States, it's not like a whole country. I think that it would be a solution it would be very good. I didn't study really deep about it, but I think that it's the solution. The localism, the really local cities, the real local economy should be more valorized than is today. I will study more about it. I started to think about this idea today, but I think that it's very promising. I think that it would improve the life in Brazil so much. It's improves the competitive of okay, I need to be my state better because if I don't do it, other state will do it, and it will bring more tourists, it will bring more investment, and will be better as me, and I will lost capital, I will lost money. I need to do something to develop myself instead of let the decision to the president and the politicians. The people need to take care of their lives, like give the power to the people, the states, instead of let the president decides everything. Because Brazil is huge and the other economies, they are more localism and it worked. The localism is the future. I hope you liked it. Thank you for the attention. Bye.